Over the past few weeks, we have been celebrating the coming of the Christ child this season of Advent with our Advent wreath before us. We looked at what it means for Christians to live lives of faith in today's world through hope, peace, joy, and love. And tonight, I'd like for us to think about this word: wonder. Now, wonder is defined in the dictionary as a feeling of surprise mingled with admiration, caused by something beautiful, unexpected, unfamiliar, or inexplicable. How do you experience wonder in today's world? Do we make enough room for wonder in our lives today? Besides watching my Cleveland Browns football team this season, as they found a way to win 7 games so far this year after managing to win no games last year. Yeah, several years, sorry. Yeah. Thank you for that reminder. I'm not really sure if I make enough space for wonder to enter my life these days. So often we're consumed with all of the busyness in our lives. We barely have enough time to simply look up at the stars every once in a while. We read this familiar story from the Gospel of Luke this evening as we hear once again the original story of Christmas. Now, many of us know how this story goes. We know all of the characters. We know Mary and Joseph, the shepherds, the angel, baby Jesus, Quirinius. No. Tonight, I like to put us into the story. How does this familiar old story inform our lives today? Where is the wonder? So let's take a moment and read once again a portion of this most wonderful story. In verse 17, when the shepherds saw this, they made known what had been told them about this child. And all who heard the story of the angels were amazed at what the shepherds told them. Mary, she treasured all these words and pondered them in her heart. And the shepherds, they returned, glorifying and praising God for all they had heard and seen as it had been told them. If we look to the Christmas story, we read that all of those characters allowed for wonder to permeate throughout their experience. The shepherds in awe of the angels before them and praising God for such things. Joseph fulfilling the message of the angel Gabriel in the chapter leading up to this account. Mary pondering in her heart what miracles were taking place. I think the message for each and every one of us tonight is this. No matter how religious you think you are, perhaps we would all be a bit better off if we allow ourselves to wonder at God's work in our lives every now and again. There's a picture by an artist named Michael Podesta that hangs on my office wall, and it shows the moon and the stars in the evening sky. And there's a quote that I'd like for us to read tonight. It's actually found in your bulletins in the middle, at the very end of the service. And you can feel free to read along with me if you like. It reads, "If, as Herod, we fill our lives with things and again things, if we consider ourselves so unimportant that we must fill every moment of our lives with action, when will we have time to make the long, slow journey across the desert as did the Magi? Or sit and watch the stars as did the shepherds? Or brood over the coming of the child as did Mary? For each one of us, there is a desert to travel, a star to discover, and a being within ourselves to bring life. Tonight of all nights, friends, may we make room to sit and wonder with Mary and Joseph, with the shepherds, with all of us around the world at what God is doing in the world today. May we slow down just enough to take a breath every once in a while and give thanks for the many blessings that are right in front of us already. May we stand and look up to the night sky to be amazed at just how big the universe is and how God promises to each and every one of us that our Creator will look over us throughout eternity. Friends, for this, we can celebrate this Christmas. Amen.